Adam. What do you think about Adam? I think Adam is good. I don't think he's bad. I think it depends on the map. I think he's really good on domination, which is a fun thing to say. I think in domination, you can get a lot of value and a lot of people in pro play him. I think he sucks a little bit more on attack. I think on defense, on payload maps, he's quite good. He's also really difficult, right? But it's more of a Wolverine pick most of the time. And the reason why I say it's a Wolverine pick is because you kind of need to know how to play Adam. Because Adam is such a good hero in some situations. And so is Wolverine. And will lead to you winning the game. Like straight up, right? If you know how to play these heroes. I think this is like a pocket hero you should all learn to play. And it's really hard to beat a good triple support with Adam even after the nerfs. But the main thing here is that he got nerfed. He has 15% less healing, so I would have put him on A tier, but I'm going to put him B tier purely because of that nerf. He's no longer the anchor, right? So I'm going to put him B tier instead of A tier. But I think he's still really good. I think the link is good. I think the damage output is good. I think he's map dependent. And sometimes he just works so well, you can't really do much, right? You kind of need to chase him around the map. I think he's better. It's kind of weird. I think he's really good in lower elo because you can kill everybody. He's high damage output. But I also think he's really good in really high elo. I think he kind of struggles in between because your teammates are stupid. And also the enemies are good. So, yeah. I think I'll put him B tier. Wolverine. I like Wolverine as a character most of the time. I think he struggles against Invis, but I'll put him A tier because Invis is always banned. I think Wolverine's like such a good pick most of the time if you know how to play him. And it just kind of denies a lot of the heroes on the enemy team. Plus, he combos really well with the Thing and Hulk, and those are really good. You can just throw him off the map. He's really good at breaking triple tank. He's really good at contesting good tank players. They go hand in hand in the sense that they're not well together. But Wolverine is just I feel like every DPS player should have a Wolverine in them. Every DPS player should know how to play Wolverine. This character is a free win 20% of the time. 20% of your games, you can pick Wolverine, win the game for free. I'm gonna put him A tier. I think he's a terrorist character, and I think more people should play Wolverine. Is BP good? I think Black Panther players are trying to gaslight you. His ass is not A tier. He's not A tier, bro. You're being gaslit. You're being gaslit. You're being gaslit. I don't believe in this. I don't believe it. You're being gaslit. You're being gaslit. You're being gaslit. No. This is gaslighting at its best, bro. I get haunt in my games, and he half the time doesn't play BP. I don't trust this shit. I don't trust it. You can get away with BP, but every time I get a BP in my lobby, he gets like 20 deaths. I think you guys are being gaslit. I don't trust this at all. I'm putting him C tier. I think he's really good, but the Thing is just, it just exists, you know? I think if the Thing didn't exist as a character, this hero would be a lot better, right? But the Thing just exists, and Bucky exists as well. There's too many counters. There's too many counters, okay? On paper, he's good, but there's too many counters. There just is too many counters, bro. That's my honest to God opinion. I think this character is too easily counterable. You can get away with it if you're really good, but it gets progressively harder. I think this character is S tier in low rank, by the way. I'm just going off my experience, but if we're talking about like Plat or something, I do believe this character is like uncounterable. These people don't understand how to counter this hero at all. Like, people don't know what to pick, but he's so easily counterable. It is insane. You just go the Thing, and the Thing is just so easy to counter him with. You just press shift, and for 5 seconds, BP can't play the game. If you press shift in the middle of his dash, he's dead. Like 100% BP is dead, he can't do anything. So that's a free kill every fight. And the Thing is really good as a character. You can just run him. I think the Thing is genuinely like S tier. I think, but we'll get back to that later. But BP, good character if you're genuinely, if there's pure Adderall going through your veins, right? But I don't think that's majority of the people. I think there's like 5 people that can play BP, and even then you can just swap and counter him. Even like Adam Warlock can counter him with Link. There's too many things to counter. I just don't believe that this gaslighting. All of the BP players are gonna go back to complaining about him. And Hitscan is just too strong, bro. Hitscan is just too strong. I'm sorry to say, but the consistent damage output Hela and Phoenix provide, and even Namor, is just it's not. It's just. Yeah, like I don't believe in this character, unfortunately. At least Spider-Man doesn't have to be on the ground all the time, but BP has to. Black Widow, free L. I did nothing to discuss. They haven't buffed her at all. They haven't changed her. They haven't done anything. Same old character, horrible character, just a horrible ass character. Just there's nothing. Like there's nothing to discuss. They need to rework Black Widow, and it's not even funny. Like they just need to. They can't buff her. She can never get buffed because then the character will be too unfair and too boring, right? So, you don't want this character to be one-shotting. It's just not good. And I think it's like a free out most of the time, right? So, they need to reward Black Widow. I think this character just doesn't exist. If you play Black Widow, you could win some games, but it's also hard dive meta, so I don't understand why you would run Black Widow. Oh, but Black Widow counters dive. Shut your ass up. Captain America. Ooh, what's the consensus for Cap players? I think he's good. I'm hot shit on Cap though. I think A tier for sure, maybe S tier. I think he's good. I think having another support load is quite good. I don't think B tier. He's A or S tier. Because it's also dive meta. I think this character is quite good. I think he also does a decent amount of damage for the changes. His ult is really good now because ults farm so slowly that another support ult is quite valuable. Bruno says D tier without animation cancel. I mean, if you watch Japanese Curry, it showcases there's more animation cancels to be done. You can do some crazy stuff. But I think he's definitely like A tier, maybe he's anywhere between S, A, and B. I think Cap is in a weird spot where he's really good in pro play because he doesn't need to do much but to live, and his team can do all the work, and he can just contest card and contest off angles. But I think in lower ranks he maybe struggles a bit, especially if you don't know how to play the hero, because he just doesn't do too much damage, so you're not too lethal, and people do play a lot of triple support, so sometimes, like, if you're a hardcore Cap one trick, I think you would struggle on Cap. But I do think he provides a decent amount of value, right? I do believe this character is... I don't think he's bad, right? I think he's definitely A tier. I think he's really consistent. I don't like Cap too much because I find him boring and, funny to say, too slow. But I do believe that Cap is good value in a lot of the games, right? He's good value, horrible damage, never dies if you play well, and yeah, I think we definitely put him A tier. I think definitely A tier for sure. That's my very confident opinion here, which I might be cooked for, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm cooked for it. Hela, I think Hela is S tier. I wouldn't put her best in slot because Elsa and Phoenix are just better, right? But she's really good. She's definitely really good. I think what separates her from Phoenix is the fact that Phoenix just has a better ult. I wouldn't put her A tier. I would definitely put Hela S tier. I think she's definitely S tier. I don't think she is A tier. Phoenix just has more mobility, more damage, better ult, but it doesn't mean Hela is bad. You know what I mean? You can play Hela Phoenix. And I see quite a bit of Hela in ranked as well. And some people just even ban Hela, right? Her ult can get value, but the higher you get, the harder it is to get value because people just break it. So, plus, I don't think I mean, she's not that horrible against dive. I mean, she's not the best, but she has tools, right? She has tools. Phoenix is better, though. Phoenix is just a better Hela in every way. Phoenix is just better in every way. But Hela has been the same for a while, so there isn't much to discuss here. It's just Hela. Cloak and Dagger is... Okay, I do think Cloak is just OP. Like, straight up. Um, I mean, she is genuinely OP. S tier or best in slot, right? C&D is just perma banned. She's also perma banned in pro play. I do think she's better than Invis. I think she's better than Invis. She's not A tier. She's S or best in slot. Like, best in slot would be Gambit for sure. I'm just gonna move him here. I don't know if it has changed, but like, this is my opinion. I think Gambit just enables too strong of a composition. You can you get the team up with Mag, you get the team up with Rogue. Rogue becomes way more playable. Star-Lord becomes OP. Gambit, like, a good Gambit player can carry. Enables Loki quite a bit. I think this character here has a really good combo with Gambit. Obviously, 2 Gambit ults is crazy. But Cloak and Dagger, bro. It's kind of hard to decide. Because I think if you run Gambit, you obviously want to have a Loki. But if you have a Cloak, you also want to have a Loki. It's just... Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard because the intrinsic idea of best in slot would mean that you always want to pick that hero. And I guess Gambit you always want to pick. But I do believe Cloak is really broken too. Yeah, I think Cloak definitely needs to go S tier. I think she's really OP. I just think you cannot afford to put to play Cloak over Gambit. And I don't think you want to play Gambit Cloak over Gambit Loki. That's my point here. Right? You know what I mean? It's purely from the idea best in slot. If it was the strongest characters in the game, obviously I would put like 4 supports in best in slot. But I think Cloak is definitely S tier. She's just like, you can't play Gambit. Like, this is assuming there's no bans, right? And if there's no bans, you have to run Gambit and Loki. Gambit and Cloak will lose to Gambit and Loki. Loki and Cloak will lose to Gambit. Like, you just want to have this comp, right? This is my idea for best in slot. And the reason why Gambit is still really good, even though he got a few nerfs, is that it's just too OP, you know what I mean? Like, Star-Lord with Gambit ult is genuine terrorism. You combo these 2 ults, if they don't have Mag ult, you all die. Like, it doesn't matter what you have. It just doesn't matter. You all are dead, right? And it's a really good counter to Gambit. Gambit Star-Lord ult into just Gambit ult, Gambit Star-Lord ult wins all the time. So this is why they play Star-Lord and Gambit. Cloak and Dagger better than Gambit is a crazy statement. I'm not gonna lie. I think Gambit is still better than all of the supports. And I just told you why. His ult is just too valuable to have, right? I'll definitely put Cloak on S tier. If there was bans and Gambit was banned, I think Cloak is for sure the second best support you want to play. That's my reasoning. That's my reasoning. And you can disagree with it, but that's my reasoning on things. I think definitely Cloak is very, very strong. Very, very, very OP. Very, very OP. Best in slot. Can we put 2 heroes for each row in best in slot? I don't know. It's kind of hard with tanks. I'll be real with you. Because I wouldn't say you always want to play Magneto. And I wouldn't say you always want to play Groot. I can definitely say what are the best in slot DPS and supports if there's no bans, and it would look like this in my honest opinion. Star-Lord. I think this would look like it, or Phoenix. Right? There's interchangeable stuff here. You can definitely interchange things. Right? Tankpool is definitely best in slot, you're right. We don't have the other pools on this. I just realized we don't have the other pools. Can I copy this image? This is kind of cooked. Better than Groot? I don't, like, that's the thing. If you do, I'm just, like, putting stuff here. It's just, tanks are too flexible. That's the thing. I feel like Tankpool is definitely the best tank in the game. I think everything else just falls off drastically compared to Tankpool. The thing is definitely not best in slot. It all depends on what the enemy team is playing. If you put 2 from each class, you'll make a best in slot team. Yeah, but, well, like, it's kind of difficult to say. What would be the strongest comp in the game? Strongest comp in the game, I believe, would be... It's really... I think Star-Lord, Elsa, Tankpool. If you imagine this is Tankpool. And... Groot? Or Mag? It's hard to say, bro. You can also replace Star-Lord with Phoenix. I think it all depends on... You kind of want to play Mag against Star-Lord if that's an issue. And it also depends on the map. I think Groot works better on some maps than Magneto. Or like whatever else, right? You can also genuinely play Rogue. Which is a crazy statement to say because I think she's like B tier. But with Gambit, she's definitely really, really strong. Like really strong. So... you could play like a dive comp with Tankpool and Rogue, but it's difficult to say. Phoenix is more consistent than Star-Lord. I think Phoenix is definitely better all around. I don't think you want to play Star-Lord if you don't have a Gambit, right? If you don't have a Gambit, you don't want to play Star-Lord. But if you do have a Gambit, you do kind of want to play Star-Lord. This tier list is becoming if Gambit isn't banned. Yeah, but that's how the game is working. Like, that's how the game works right now. If Gambit isn't banned, the game is very different. Like, you do need to build around the Gambit. I guess Tankpool and Elsa, I do believe, are genuinely must picks. That is for sure. Like, if you forget about Gambit here for a second. Tankpool and Elsa are definitely characters that need to be played if they're not bad. Like, these two characters are definitely there, that they exist for this sole purpose. Elsa is too strong by herself. And she has a team up with Tankpool, which is an added bonus. And Tankpool is just really strong. And the reason why Tankpool is so strong is he's just immortal. Like, he's too strong. He's too immortal. He does too much damage. And he can dive by himself. Like, he can... If he gets help from one person on the team, he can annihilate the backline if you're good. So, if you're Trust Me, you just trust the process and everybody dies, right? And I don't think the nerfs affected him at all, right? At all. You do need to headshot, though. Another reason why Tankpool is so good is because you can bubble behind the tanks and push in, and then the tanks die. The damage is just ridiculous. So, best in slot, I would definitely put Tankpool and Elsa. That's for sure. Like, definitely. Like, 1000%, those two characters are best ever characters to ever exist in this game. It's not even close. Wait, let me check the other tier list. We're changing stuff. Be patient. Do we just rename it to OP? I think that'll be easier for the tier list. We're gonna rename this to OP than best in slot because I think the game is too much of like... It's hard for me to... If there's no bans, it's always gonna be Gambit comp, you know? I think best in slot is too difficult to make a good tier list around. And I think... Why are there 5 Deadpools for? I don't know why this exists. This doesn't have... No, it does have White Fox. Thank God. What else did we put? Elsa. So we're definitely putting... So we're renaming the S tier to OP. Not S tier, but best in slot to OP. We're putting Tankpool in OP. Elsa in OP. Cloak and Dagger in OP. Hela S tier. Cap A tier. Oh, Adam is B tier. I'm sorry. Cap A tier. Wolf A tier. I think this was all we did. Beautiful. So now that we have an OP, rather than like a best in slot, I'm putting Cloak in OP. In Gambit tier, we're putting Gambit in OP. That's for sure. Yeah, C and D is OP. C and D is OP. We're sure. Stop the gaslighting. Support players need to stop gaslighting. You know what I mean? Like, she is banned in pro play. She is banned in ranked. She's banned everywhere. Nobody wants to play against C and D. Her terror cape is too strong. So she is definitely OP. Angela. I think Angela is definitely. Well, I think she's A tier. I believe in Angela. I think Angela is a hard hero to play, but I think she's A or S tier. Hard to put her S tier because she has too many counters. That's my only, like, Cap doesn't really care about his counters because he has invulnerability frames and his dashes and slams are really fast, so he can get away. Angela, her dash is really slow, so things like the Thing genuinely do ruin her life. Bucky ruins her life. What else ruins her life? Even Jeff Bubbles kind of ruin her life. There's a lot of things. Invis ruins her life for sure, right? So, if we imagine a situation where there's no Invis, I think she's really good. But other than that, I don't think she's that good. You know what I mean? Like, if the enemy team is playing like Invis Bucky and Invis Bucky, what did I mention also? The counters, you know, whatever. Think, yeah. I think you can play the game. Even Thor can counter her. So you need to be an absolute god gamer to be able to get value. Also, she's kind of map dependent because you want to get boobs off the map. So she needs a lot of cover. So I think she's really good, but A tier. In what scenario can Cap ever be A anymore? Cap is good. Stop gaslighting. Stop coping. Play your character. Just learn to play the game better. I think he's good. He's definitely a better diver than Angela 90% of the time. In my honest opinion. Way easier to get value on Cap than on Angela purely because he doesn't die. But this also, like, it really depends what rank you are. I do believe Cap is good. I do believe Cap is decent. And we're definitely going to see Cap in pro play. You need to guys stop coping about Cap. I think his recent change is good. It makes him way more consistent. And if you... And I watched some Japanese curry gameplay, and you can make it work. Like, in the sense that he is, in terms of diving, he's not bad at all. But you do need a decent team. Like, the only difference here with Cap is that his solo kill potential is way lower. And I guess that's why you believe he's bad, because you're playing in silver and you don't have teammates. But once you rank up, this character is really strong because he never dies. Plus, his support ult is really good. Like, his ult is really good. Anywho. Blade. C tier. I don't believe in the Blade agenda, bro. I think he's still buried, bro. He's not B tier. Whatever. You can argue with me, but, like, I don't see why you play this. His ult is just bad. I'm sorry to say. His ult is just bad. He's not B tier. He's not on the same tier as Adam. I'm sorry to say. He's not on the same tier as Adam. And I'm not putting all the black characters on the same tier, okay? Because I'm going to put Storm in D tier. I jest. But I, like, Blade is just... I don't believe in the Blade agenda, okay? I just don't believe in the Blade. You can prove me wrong maybe in due time, but right now I don't believe it. I haven't seen a single game where somebody played Blade and did good. Like, genuinely good. And like Celestial or like high lobbies, I haven't seen anyone play Blade good, right? This is a government agent character I still believe. I think BP is infinitely better than Blade. And the only reason why Blade is on the same tier as BP is because BP gets hard countered and Blade doesn't. Like, you can genuinely just run it down on their tank on Blade and get the same value as BP if the same comp is being run. Do you understand my logic? BP just gets hard countered, but I think he's infinitely better than Blade. Like, if we imagine a situation where nobody's running any counters to BP, and they're just running it down, eating lollipops, I do believe this character just runs the lobby. If you're good. I don't think Blade runs the lobby, though. I'm even down to put Blade D tier, bro, I'll be honest. I don't think he's... I'll put him C tier, because I don't want to annihilate your hopes and dreams, but I don't believe in this character. I just don't believe in this character, I'm sorry. Who counters BP and how? What do you mean who counters BP and how? The Think? Where's Bucky? That's Punisher. Bucky? Bing? Okay. Namor. Right here. Even Mr. Fent, which is funny to say. Penny's a good... I mean, in low elo, that's decent. I wouldn't say Rogue. Invis? Ultron is going in the scrapyard. Mag Bubble kinda counters BP because you can miss your dash, but it's not a hard counter. Penny is not a BP counter. The only reason I say Penny is because on some maps, the maps are so small, you can't go anywhere on BP without stepping in mines. Hulk Bubble is really good. But there's a lot of things you can do to deal with BP. You can just shoot him as well. But the thing itself, like, nullifies... If you have the Thing and Bucky, I don't think you can ever play the game. Like, you need to be a crackhead. You need to be a crackhead. I don't think Daredevil was that bad right now. I don't think he's S tier. I do believe that the dive agenda is pushing the idea that Daredevil is really bad, but I don't think so. He's still broken. Yeah, I'm thinking Prism A or S tier. What do you think? I don't think this character is bad. I do believe DD players are definitely coping when they say he's bad. S tier? Okay. If Prism says S tier, I'll trust. Because I was also thinking S or A tier. I do believe a good DD player still runs the lobby. Especially because dive is meta. Dive is so good right now. You can definitely get away with a lot of things. You know? And if you get some help on the backline, I do believe DD is quite a terrorist. I think he's high A tier. He can be played into high damage comps. The thing is, if Gambit didn't exist and you didn't have to play Gambit, I do believe that most of the time you would 99... Like, imagine a scenario with no bans. I do believe that the comp you would be running is something with maybe Jeff, DD, maybe Cap, maybe even Venom. Like, just a bunch of dive characters and run it down. You know what I mean? Hot take, Mag is A tier. We'll get to Mag. We'll get to my boy Magneto. But purely because Gambit exists, I'll put him OP. But Dive is really good. Dive is really good. It's really hard to deal with Dive. And the reason why Dive is really good, I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the fact that first you can assassinate the backline. Dive was also really good. Dive was already really good back in the day, but now that you're getting less passive ult charge as a support, and ult charge in general, getting in there and killing their supports is unlimited value. Like, killing their supports is such great value even if you die, that first they can't push in, second of all, they just don't get their supportos before you. Like, the thing is, I believe the ult economy is in shambles if you're playing Dive and you manage to get their supports. Because your supports are going to live if they're not trying to kill them. They're going to get their support ults before your supports. And then they're going to win next fight with support ults. Yeah, neutral mattering more and lasting longer means baiting out long Cs like Clamp, etc. means you have way more windows for neutral. Yeah, I think just neutral matters so much more. And characters that do benefit from that, like DD and stuff, they do get a lot of value. And that's why dive is really OP. The best dive tank by far, guys, is Tankpool in my opinion. This is like the best character to play in dive. I think Tankpool with DD, the two of them together, absolutely dominate the lobby. Like, you can get away with so many wins, and they can't stop you because I don't think the thing is enough. I actually believe, which is a crackhead theory, running the thing into Tankpool is low-key you getting terrorized. Because your hitbox on your head is so big, Tankpool just farms you. Places a bubble behind you, shoots you in the head, Elsa shoots you in the head and shotguns you, you're dead. It's really difficult. Like, you get shredded. I've played the thing many times against a good Tankpool. I get shredded instantly. Yeah, I think Tankpool is definitely like the hardest carry in the game right now. I agree with Prism. Elsa can be dove and killed, but you can't kill a good Tankpool. Like, there's no character you can play to counter Tankpool. Arguably, I would say Tankpool is better than Gambit. You know, if you had to choose to ban one character in the game, I would say definitely you want to ban Tankpool over Gambit in pro play. Because when you play Gambit, it kind of relies on, you know, Gambit ults and whatever else, and you can kind of match it, you know? But Tankpool, the better Tankpool wins, right? The better Tankpool will win the game. If your Tankpool is worse than their Tankpool, and the skill difference is quite a bit larger, I do think you lose the game 100%. With Gambit, it's just about ults. You know, the game is completely different when Gambit is open, but you have more of a chance to win. This is just too dependent on the person playing Tankpool. So either way, yap done. Yap done. I've yapped a lot about dive, but yeah, dive is really good right now. Dive is really good. I do believe Blade still sucks. No, you don't want to solo tank as Tankpool because I think Tankpool is genuinely just like a 30 DPS. Gambit is a kind of funny situation because of the Gambit deficit effect. If the enemy has Gambit and you don't, it's just lost. So in Ignite, you can't go away with not banning first, I'd imagine. I know that I've heard that people do ban Tankpool over Gambit sometimes in scrims because they rather play against Gambit and match him than play against Tankpool. But yeah, if you don't match Gambit, that's the thing. You just lose the game because of how strong his ult is. But either way, I digress about the yap. This has been a very educational yap. I do believe everyone and anyone should learn Tankpool. Unlike me. The Thing. I think the Thing is... I think he's good. I think he's like... I'm kind of down to put him S tier, I'll be honest. Or A tier. Yeah, Tankpool farms the Thing. That's the thing. I think there's too many situations where the Thing just gets farmed. I wouldn't put him B tier. I think I'll put him A tier. I think I'll put him A tier. And the reason I put him A tier is because there's too many situations where he gets farmed. Like, imagine the enemy team is running Tankpool. Imagine the enemy team is running Elsa. Imagine they're running Cloak, which are all S tier characters, like OP characters. You die in a millisecond, right? But I do believe he's good. I think there's a lot of situations in ranked and even maybe in pro play where the Thing is good to counter some stuff, you know? And the reason why I think so is the fact that you do need to play him in a very specific way where you're kind of holding the angle and just pressing right click and not letting them push in. I also believe his damage amplification effect that is like Terror Cape is really good. It's like a second Terror Cape and you can one-shot people. I've seen people on the Thing out invis ult, inside invis, ult invis, inside invis ult, stun her, Terror Cape her. I'm gonna call it Terror Cape because it's easier. I know what's the name, and just one-shot her, right? So I don't think he's bad. He just gets hard countered by a lot of things, but he's also a hard counter himself. But I think he's definitely good. I think he's definitely good. He's not a bad character. Support pool at 3L. I think I do despise when somebody goes support pool. I'll be honest with you. I think you're a crackhead. Okay, I'm gonna put him D tier. He's not Black Widow, but you're a crackhead. Absolute crackhead. I think somebody posted the win percentages on support pool. It was like 30-something% or 40. It was so horrid. It's just horrid. Like support pool. I do love that when Deadpool got released, everybody said support pool is broken, but this is ass, bro. I got 56,000 healing on support pool. It doesn't matter. Just stop. Okay. I think first you shouldn't look at stats too much. But he's really bad in ranked. Maybe, because Prism just said he's being played in Ignite, maybe he's good in pro play, you know, because you play triple support with him, and it's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's characters in this game that are infinitely better in pro play than they're in ranked. But in ranked, I don't see why you would want to play support pool. And the reason why I don't see why you want to play support pool is I don't think his ult is too strong. Second of all, I do believe that if you play support pool, you're cucking your team because they can't play tank pool. And third of all, I do believe that if you run support pool in ranked, most of the time, because of your healing output and your support ult not being that crazy, this will mean that your supports won't get ult in time. It's just not good. Yeah, you can get a support ult every minute without actually taking resources from 3 other supports. But I do believe you do take resources, no? Because you do heal your teammates. I know, it's an interesting situation with support pool. I don't like having him in my team. I never win having support pool in my team, and I don't see anyone winning. You do bounce on people's heads. Actually true. I guess you could play support pool as more of a DPS character with some healing, and you just get a third support ult and you don't take resources by bouncing on people's heads. You know what it is with support pool? I think people don't know how to play support pool effectively. And it's kind of like a tank pool situation, and maybe throughout the next few weeks or months we're going to see him pop up. Because the idea that you can bounce on people's heads to get your support in a triple support situation could be very beneficial. You know what I mean? I do believe that is quite beneficial because you do ruin the economy of the enemy team. Having that ult, even though it's not the best, just by bouncing on it, I do believe that's quite good. I'll put him C tier. I'll put him C tier. I'll put him C tier. You filthy support pool players, but don't play them in my game, okay? There's still a lot to learn, okay? There is potential here, but there's still a lot to learn. You gotta learn how to bounce on it. Putting him here. DPS pool. Another crackhead character, bro. 8 tier? He's not 8 tier, bro. You guys are being gaslit again. You guys are being gaslit. This is gaslighting attempt by Luke and Necros. You guys watch Necros too much. He's B tier max, bro. He's B at most. He's not A tier. Yeah, you do require this character to get banned. Like, not... he's like situational. Right? He's like... He's a difficult sell. He's a difficult sell. I don't think he's bad. I do see a lot of crazy stuff happen with him in ranked, and he does have a lot of solo carry potential. But like, if you play DPS pool, you don't have tank pool. So tank pool needs to be banned, and then you can play DPS pool. And even then, it's not always good. And even then, he's so hard, right? It's so difficult to get value on him. There are some crackheads in rank that get value on him, but even then, it's really difficult. You know what it is? Just from reading Prism, because if you don't know Prism, he is quite, you know, quite high rated. You know, he does play the game quite a bit. I do believe the main issue with DPS pool is that he's just inconsistent, as Prism says. You know, he can be good, and you can carry games, but then you have a lot of games where you cannot carry. And I do believe to be OP, S tier, A tier, you do need to be consistent. You know, consistency is key. Even Wolverine is more consistent than DPS pool, in my honest opinion. Because there's always going to be a tank you can grab. There's always going to be something you can do. There's always going to be a thing to throw you, a Hulk to throw you. We see a lot of Hulk play. But DPS pool is just too difficult and too inconsistent. So I'm going to put him B tier, but maybe throughout the next few months, we're going to see him higher up. Strange, I'm going to put B tier. I don't think Strange is horrid. I don't think people... I don't know why people say he's OP in lower ranks, but I don't think he is that insane either. It's hard to counter that. Like, it's hard to deal with characters that dive your backline on Strange. And there's, again, just... He's consistent yet inconsistent. You know, there's too many things that counter you. There's too many things that fuck you over. There's too many things that counter your ult as well. He's good if the enemy team doesn't know what they're doing. But if you just shoot the Strange, he can't really do much. Also, here's the thing about Strange, which a lot of people don't realize. Playing Strange ruins your chances of winning the game because your team can't TP back. You know what? Like, it is a crazy statement to say, but playing Strange and not dying first is genuinely a throw a lot of the times. His ult gets a lot of value in low elo. Every ult gets value in low elo. I can piss and shit everywhere, I'm gonna get a lot of value. But not having that TP in overtime is just like a death sentence, right? And it's gonna be really difficult unless you're in higher rank to swap off and have somebody else pick. Because people just don't pick Strange to TP, especially if somebody's already Strange, which always tilts me. But that's like one of the biggest things I don't like. How reliant the game is on TP, and I can rant about it all the time. But it does punish you playing Strange. Like, the enemy team having the TP in overtime and you not having TP in overtime will lead to you losing the game. I do kind of want to try diving with Strange because I think that would be funny. But yeah, I would definitely put him B tier. I think he's just inconsistent. Yeah, you get rewarded for dying first in Strange. Strange TP is one of the most broken abilities in the games, and I do believe Strange TP needs to get reworked. There's no way you should be allowed to TP after swapping to Strange in the first 15 seconds. Like, I do believe that's a broken bullshit mechanic. I think it's a bad mechanic, and I always believe it. You should be rewarded that you're playing Strange, and if you die on Strange, you should be allowed to TP back. But having somebody swap to Strange and TP in overtime is so bullshit. It's so bullshit. Yeah, it's so bullshit. I hate that mechanic. It's so tilting. It's so tilting that you can win the neutral, outplay the enemy, get the kills, and then almost cap point, but they TP, and they have ults, and then you lose the game. Because you lose the game anyways. You make a risky play, you get paid off, but then they get rewarded anyways. You get rewarded for dying first. You know? You get rewarded for dying first so you can swap to Strange and TP. Either way. I don't like that mechanic. I think genuinely it does make Strange players suffer a little bit more. And it's just boring. It's just boring. It's very anticlimactic to see them TP, right? Emma Frost is a weird character. I'll be honest. It's such a weird character. It's such a weird character. Such a weird character I'll get back to later. Such a weird ass character. I'll be honest. I don't think she's S tier. Maybe A tier. I don't like having so many tanks in A tier, I'll be honest. Groot. Groot OP. Oreva Grootuda. It's a weird case study about Groot. I think he's OP in a lot of maps. But he can still be countered, you know what I mean? Like, he can definitely be countered. But do you want to counter Groot? I feel like you kind of have to play Groot if Groot is open most of the time. You know, especially if Gambit is banned. He still gets shot to death. You don't have to play in the open, guys. You can stand behind walls and your walls. I don't know how he performs against dive. In the sense that he's good if you guys stack together and you look for walls on the tanks, but if there's no tanks to wall, it's kind of difficult, you know. So I don't know if he's OP or S tier. I'm kind of willing to put him on S tier because I don't find it comfortable to put him on the same tier as Tankpool. I feel too confident putting him on the same tier as Tankpool, I'll be honest with you. I do think he's S tier. I don't feel like he should be a permaban. I think it depends on the map. Yeah. I think he's really good against like Mag and Fing and whatever else, but he's just bad against dive. You know what I mean? His ult is really good still. It's still a really good ult. I'm gonna move on. Moving on. What do we have? Hawkeye. The Eye of the Hawk. We got a Hawk too. I don't think Hawkeye is good, bro. I don't think Hawkeye is good. I don't think he's good. What they nerf about him that nobody's playing him anymore? Did they nerf his one shot? Oh, 250. Oh, that seems really bad. At 250 is really bad. I mean, you guys are like, oh, it's nothing, but 25 HP is a lot. It's 10% less HP, right? I mean, not quite, but... D or C tier? D or C tier? He's victimized by Elsa, that's true. C because of damage? Yeah, I kind of believe the same thing, you know? Like, I don't think I would put him D tier. I don't think he's, like, I think he fits with the boys here, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, huddling together with all of the mediocre characters. D tier because Hawkeye can never work. That's the thing, Prism, you don't understand? This character works in any rank below Celestial or Eternity. Because if you actually play the game in those ranks, this character just... You're genuinely just spamming down main and people walk into his arrows. I do believe you're underestimating people's ability to not stand behind walls. People are just jumping around. People have no... That's why I said it before as well. But we need a Black Widow meta. We need a Black Widow meta in this game. And the reason why we need a Black Widow meta in this game is so people get permanently scarred and sit behind walls. Because... the amount of time I see people not sitting behind a wall against poke characters or against like hit scan characters and just get shot is just staggering. Especially in lower ranks. It is so horrid to watch. I had a game, it's on my Spider-Man ranked Celestial video. I had a game where I had to explain to my team the concept of standing behind a wall. Because they've never played Overwatch. Because Black Widow on the enemy team was one-shotting everybody. I was like, guys, please... stand behind the wall. Like, fuck me. Like, you don't have to sit main. Like, her whole existence gets nullified if you just stand behind a wall, bro. But they don't get it. And people in lower ranks don't get it either. And Hawkeye just, like, eats them alive. And Cloak and Dagger players, they just love ulting into a Hawkeye and getting one shot. Right, so I think he's definitely C tier. I wouldn't put him D tier. I think he's absolute hot garbage in high rank, though. I think he's just horrid. He's horrid unless you have an extra third eye and you can hit every shot, right? What else do we have? Emma. I don't know what to do with Emma, bro. I think she's A tier. Do you think Cap is S tier? Or Angela is S tier? I kind of want to move one of them. What do you think, Prism? I need your professional opinion here. I think any of those are S tier, they're all A tier. No, I think it's not S tier. Cap is S tier. I do believe Cap is kind of slept on. Emma is not S tier. I don't believe in Emma S tier. That is a crackhead theory. Emma is not S tier. Cap or Angela? Cap or Angela? What do we think is better? I think Cap is better than Angela. 99% of the time. Because he's more consistent. He's more consistent. He's more consistent. He's more consistent. I do believe he's more consistent. And Dive? Like, I think if Tankpool isn't open, I think Cap is like your second best Dive character you play with DD. He's just really consistent. There isn't much you can do to counter Cap unless you want to hook him on Bucky. But you can always block the hook. Like, there's a lot of ways to deal with it. You know? Yeah, Angela is just countered by too many things. He's just consistent. He's just too consistent. And Emma A tier, and the reason why Emma is A tier, you're genuinely lost against Dive. You know what I mean? I do believe you can grab one person, but that's it. I don't think Emma is that good against Dive unless you have a thing with you, maybe, or somebody else to help you. Like, if there's like 6 Dive characters in the enemy team, I don't think you do much on Emma. Emma is, though, really good if you don't want to play Groot, or you play Groot and Emma, and you just try to nuke their Groot, or they're playing the Thing. Or if there's like one Dive tank, right? That's decent. And I do believe Emma is quite difficult to play. Yeah, you also don't have anything to keep your charge with. Like, you never have high charge against Dive, because Dive just dives in, and by the time it's over, your team is either dead, or you don't have enough charge to keep up, you know what I mean? Boom. So I think Emma is definitely A tier. I'm happy putting Cap low S tier. That's for sure. I think just moving chunk assists around. Beautiful. Mag. Oops. I don't think Mag is that good. I think it's decent, but like, he's good. He's decent, but like, he's not that. I wouldn't put him A tier. I wouldn't put him A tier. I think he's definitely like S tier. Maybe. He's always okay to play. And his old counters a lot of like Star-Lord and Punisher and whatever else. He doesn't have much carry potential, but he's like, it's never really too bad to play him, I think. He's not great against Dive. Like, you can bow your teammates, which is decent. You put him between Angela and Emma, his carry potential has fallen down. He kind of struggles to kill a lot of heroes, plus he's victimized by Elsa. He is victimized by Elsa. Yeah, there's a lot of places where I play Mag and he's kind of like bad. Like, it just feels bad to play him. I do believe, though, he's never truly bad to be played. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of characters in the game that ruin his life. I do believe Thor just, like, ruins his life, like, genuinely. Like, a good Thor player will ruin your life. A Thor will ruin your life. What else will ruin your life? An Emma can ruin your life depending on the comp. Even a Thing can be really annoying to deal with. A Wolverine, like, if you fuck up your bubbles. Iron Fist. Dive character, if they're running full dive, you're genuinely handless. You don't have enough bubbles, right? So, Magneto. Tankpool. Tankpool eats Mag alive. Top A tier. Yeah, sure. I think we put him definitely best in A tier. That's for sure. But, you can't really do much against Tankpool and Groot. You can't really do much against Groot and Emma, for example. You just get eaten. Even Angela, like, kind of cooks him, you know? Thor. Get back to Thor. We'll get back to Thor. Penny Parker D tier. Penny Parker D tier. What do you think, boys? I think this character's garbage. I'm sorry. Sometimes you get a good Penny player that just, like, calculates and kills everybody, but that's very far in between. I don't think this character is good. Like, you have crackheads Penny players, and you can get value in Penny, but I think if the enemy team knows what they're doing, you lose. Also, it's so map dependent. Also, you just need to rotate around the penny and break the mines. And bait the mines too. Why in the hell Ultron Punisher ults are CC immune? Something like Angela E-Slam is not. My interrupts so much. Because Ultron is garbage and Punisher gets mag-ulted in the face. I mean, Ultron also gets mag-ulted in the face. I didn't think, like, whatever. Yeah, so I do believe Penny's definitely D tier. No second nest is bad. It's always clear where the mines are. But I do believe this character is really OP in lower elo. Like, you can definitely get away. I've seen some crazy shit in Eternity lobbies. There's this Penny player that just kills 3 people with mines every time. It do be happening, but again, so inconsistent. So inconsistent. Like, just an inconsistent character. Ooh, Iron Man. I think Iron Man is still garbage, D tier. Why do I think Iron Man is bad? His ult is bad. He dies to hit scan. He's so big and he's so slow. You can cheese on him, I agree. Especially if the enemy team is playing like Thing or whatever. But that's the thing about cheese. Sometimes it's like, it sometimes goes bad, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to counter the cheese. Both of these characters are cheesy characters. Like Penny and Iron Man are super cheesy. But there's infinitely more characters you want to play that are better than Iron Man. But I wouldn't be mad if Rymazing or Craigie goes Iron Man for one fight because they see the enemy team is running like the Thing or something and they just beam his ass with Terror Cape. But most of the time, I don't want to see you on Iron Man. I just don't want to see you on Iron Man. Like, I don't think that character's good, and yeah. Stop saying characters are good in low ranks. Nobody compares them to low ranks. Buddy, I know you're peak plat. Lock in. I'm trying to help you here, okay? Also, 99% of the comments are gonna be like, I have 60% win rate on Benny Parker in silver. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean D tier? I never see Phoenix in my lobbies. Elsa is garbage. Okay, bud. Okay, bud. Okay. Chill. Relax. What else? Iron Fist? This guy's not B tier, bro. This guy's not B tier. C for Chinese. C tier. I'm putting him C tier. I'm putting him C tier. I don't care. I don't see the value in this character. Like, I do see the value in this character in the sense that you can, like, kill the enemy tanks. And he's, again, like, a cheesy character. But most of the time, he's just sitting AFK and doing nothing. The thing is, just don't shoot his block and he dies. He's much better than the guys in C tier. No, he's not. He's not. Like, he's not much better than the characters in C tier. There's no way I put this character on the same tier as Adam, bro. He sometimes works. Like, you can kill the enemy tank super fast. Like, most of the time, he just... And you can pump damage into tanks, but if your tanks just get healed, they just don't die. You know? I'm champion this character, low B tier. Okay, what's your rank, bud? Send me a screenshot. Let's see which rank you've gotten being one-trick Iron Fist. Let me see how far you've gotten into the ranked, you know, ladder. BP can carry games. BP can carry games, but he's so easily counterable. Oops. Okay, moving on. I don't think Iron Fist is good. What do you think about Human Torch? I do see some tortures in game. I do see some torching. What do we think? You think B tier? I think he's better than C tier. Mayhaps. Am I a crackhead? D tier? The thing is, I don't know. Every time I get him in a game, I feel like he's doing something, but I also feel like he's not doing anything. Low C tier? How about high D tier? I do want to point out majority of chat said A tier. He's not A tier at least. Are you telling me Human Torch is on the same level as The Thing, Mag, Angela, Emma, and Wolverine? Are you guys crackheads? You are absolute crackheads. You should go do fentanyl or whatever drug you do. His ass is not on the same tier as any of these characters. You'd rather have Torch than Hawkeye? I think it really depends on the rank, I'll be honest. C tier Torch? I'll put him C tier. I'll put him right here with the boys. Putting him C tier with the boys. I don't play this character, so you know, whatever, but it's kind of hard to determine how good he is, you know. It's kind of hard to determine how good the changes are because I also don't see Torch players. I don't see Torch players play the game. And every time I see a Torch player, he doesn't do much. Like, he's just there, you know? He's just kind of like throwing flames, but I don't feel scared of it. I think the loss of the team up did hurt him quite a bit. I do believe that the team up, if the team up was here, I think he would be better, but there is no team up. But he's better than before, you know? No, he's not completely garbage. Invis Woman. What do we think? OP tier? Lock in? I think it's a safe A tier. This guy said Invis Woman A tier. This guy said Invis Woman A tier. Buddy, wake up. Wake up. Either S or OP. You can call me a crackhead, but I do believe she's weaker than Cloak. I do believe she's weaker than Cloak and Dagger. That's my genuine opinion. I do believe Cloak and Dagger is like quite a bit better than Invis. Ult lasts longer. 2 Terror Cape's really good. The Fade is really good. Invis is really good. But like, I do believe Cloak is better. I do believe Cloak is better. And I do think Invis ult is so much easier to counter after its place. I do think Cloak is easier to kill in her ult, but I do think this character right here, so easy to counter her ult. You think Invis is OP? You think Invis is OP? I'm kind of like trying to decide between S tier and OP. I do believe Cloak and Gambit are just better. Her neutral is disgusting. That is true. I don't disagree. But if you had to choose between playing Cloak or Invis, I think most would choose Cloak. Like, if Gambit is banned, I think Cloak and Loki would be really good. And I think the 2 Terror Caves really make the difference. Invis very into Namor or Mag. I think if the enemy team is playing Mag for your Cloak, depending on the map, you don't even need a bubble or anything. You can easily avoid the Mag ult. Mantis is second best only to Cloak. Invis broken. Invis S. Okay, I'll put Invis OP. We have too many high ranked players in chat putting their cases. Like, I'm too much on the fence here to really argue, because I also don't play too much Invis. I do agree that her neutral is really good. You can kill Cloak, good luck killing Invis. That's true. That's true. I think the push and pull is really strong. You can genuinely carry the game with push and pull. Like, a good pull or a good push can definitely like change the tide of battle. What do we think about Hulk? I think people are slightly coping on this character. I think he's good, but I don't think he's S tier. I don't think he's A tier either. And I play a lot of Hulk. What the fuck? I don't not a free L. I play a lot of Hulk, and the reason why I don't think he's like A or S tier, he's just so easy to counter him. Maybe A tier, definitely not S tier. I've seen you on Hulk, you're Loki 1 versus 900, bro, no joke. Thanks. I take those. I take those. It's the Winston genes, bro. It's the Winston genes. I take those. Prism saying I'm 1 versus 900. I take those, bro. We take those. That's the only good character I'm at. Like, that's the only character I'm good at. Yeah, I got the Winston in me. Low A. I think Hulk. Too easily counterable. Too easily counter. It's just too easy to counter this guy. It's just like Cap just like counters. It doesn't counter anything, but doesn't get countered by anything either. Hulk, like, just a Punisher can one-shot you. Cap is infinitely better than Hulk. Like, imagine this. Enemy team is just playing like the Thing or Bucky or, you know, Elsa or like Tankpool. It doesn't matter. Like Cloak, if you jump in without your bubble, I guess it's kind of like Winston in Overwatch. If you jump in, you just die. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. I think it's definitely better than Strange. I'll definitely put him A tier just because of that. Like, if I compare it between all of these tanks are A tier. I do believe, though, like, he's definitely worse than Cap. And the reason why Hulk is so good right now, for those that don't know, how is Cap S tier after the nerfs? Because he didn't get nerfed. It's just not a nerf. Like, arguably, it was a buff. You guys are coping so hard. Lock in. Lock in, dial in, and start playing the game. Yeah, the reason why Hulk is so good is with the 2 claps and the outcharge nerf across the board, Hulk is usually the first guy to get out. Plus, the bubbles actually charge your ult so fast now. You can actively get your ult before anybody else. I just had a voice crack. And you can dictate the fight. If your team especially is playing with you, you can bubble everybody. The bubbles break. That is a decent chunk of ult charge. And you can engage the fight and go in out and kill everybody. But you don't even have to kill people. You can just like stall. Or you can like stun somebody. Even stunning their supports is really good. So I do believe this character is really difficult. Easily counterable though. My biggest issues with this hero is when I play against Bunny. Bunny is so annoying to play against. Because he can even break your bubble and shoot you. Bucky is really annoying. Cloak is really annoying because she can terror cape you. Even the Thing is really annoying. Angela is really annoying. Emma is not that annoying, I'll be honest. If you just bait her form, she's fine. Wolverine, you can also kind of bait. It's just like characters that do a lot of damage, you just kind of die. Yeah, Invis pulling you is really broken. That is another one. Penny doesn't take Hulk out of the game as long as somebody breaks the nest. But yeah, I think Hulk is in a decent spot. Mr. Fantastic D tier, you cannot prove me otherwise. This character is hot garbage. Free L. No, okay. Won't say free L, but hot garbage. Genuinely hot garbage. I'm sorry, I don't believe in your, like... It's just a horrible character. I don't know why Americans are obsessed with Mr. Fantastic. I'm sorry. He's just horrid. He's horrid. He's horrid. He's horrid. There's no reason to play this hero. Every time I see a Mr. Fend in my game, he ults and dies. He's just horrible. Like, I don't know why people think this character is good. He doesn't do anything. There's no reason ever for you to play Mr. Fantastic over a third tank. Like, I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe you would... Like, what is the point? Anti-dive. Brother! The thing is right there! I'm sorry, I'm trying to be a nicer person. But, like, what do you mean anti-dive, bro? You have the Thing! You have Bucky! Hell, even Hulk Bubble is more anti-knife than Mr. Fent. I don't believe in this character. You can't, like, no matter what, you can't prove to me that this character is good. Loki, allow him to headshot and then turn his inflated form into Prime Mike Tyson. Yeah, that would be good, I think. That would be good. That would be a W. But yeah, I don't think this character is good. His team up is so ass too, right? So he's bad. Phoenix, broken, OP. Anyone disagree with this? Speak now. Speak your mind. He should be an S tier. Shut up, Reddy. Stop pushing your agenda everywhere. No way this character you're telling me is S tier. This character is broken through and through. Phoenix just broken. Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, I think she is, after Elsa, I think she's the best hits can. She can't be in the same tier as Elsa. She can, though. Like, nobody can be on the same tier as Elsa. Like, I can add a row above. Nerf yesterday. Nerf. And we can put it in black. Oh, fuck. I keep getting fucked by this. OP. Fuck my Chungus life. Nerf. And then we can do this. And like these two characters. Okay, it doesn't show because it's in black. I'm so stupid. Right. You can do this. You know what I mean? Like these two characters are, even Gambit looks like in their own tier, you know what I mean? Like this is its own tier. Like these characters shouldn't exist in the state they are in right now. You can do best in slot now. Unironically, I can do best in slot now. Like I think definitely this fits. Gambit is a character that you do need to match if the enemy team plays Gambit. What do you think about this? Does this feel better for you guys? Why is Penny in D tier? Why is Penny in D tier? Brother, even Cringe Alarm doesn't play Penny Parker. Please. Silence. Bucky. Groot is OP. No. Lock in. Bucky B. B for Bucky. Bucky B? You really think so? I think he's A tier. I think Bucky's the B tier, bro. I think he's definitely A tier for sure. Like he's a good counter to many DPS characters. Dive characters, that is. Yeah, Bucky hook and Bucky ult is still good. And the fact that you can counter dive is just too strong. It's just too strong. It's still better to play poke instead of Bucky against dive. Yes, I agree, but at the same time, I think Bucky is a really good character and very consistent. Like, there is situations you do want to play Bucky. He's kind of like Wolverine, you know what I mean? Like, he is a good character to know. But I don't know what else to say about Bucky, really. Like, he hasn't been changed much. Like, he got a slight nerf, you know what I mean? The hook is still good. The push is still good. Everything is still good. Neutral is really good, I do believe. In the sense that, like, maybe it's not good. Maybe the neutral isn't good, but, like, landing a hook is good. I think people have gotten quite a bit better against Bucky, because Bucky used to be a pop stomper. But now people understand how he works, and they don't get caught off guard quite a bit. Quite a bit as much as before, you know what I mean? Earthbound is really good, yeah. You can get free kills. Loki. I think Loki's OP. Anyone disagree with me? I do believe this character. This character is OP because he can become any character, which is usually the support. Groot is OP too. I don't know. Maybe. We'll think about it. We will think about it towards the end. But Loki is just really good. Gambit, you're running Loki, you copy. Lamps, OP. Lamps are so OP. Invis, you can just copy Invis. You can copy Cloak. You can copy Gambit. Lamps are really good. Triple support with Mantis, still probably good. I wouldn't say best in slot, I'll be honest. But he's definitely OP. He's definitely on the same tier as these three supports, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think Loki just like always fits well. Like there isn't many situations where you don't want to play Loki unless you're playing Animal Crossing. I think people underutilize Loki. I think a good Loki player is genuinely unlimited value. Jeff the Land Shark. Bro, I'm losing my voice doing this tier list. They need to stop releasing characters. I'm gonna lose my mind. You think Jeff is broken? Jeff is OP. He's not bad. I think it's because of dive meta. I think because it's dive, I think he's really good. Jeff B tier. Look. I think you guys say B, you guys say A, and I think you guys are valid, but that's because all of your Jeff players are absolutely dog shit. Have you ever watched any high-ranking streamer play the game? Jeff runs lobbies. And the reason why Jeff runs the lobby is because he has the best neutral in the game, I believe. Except Tankpool, I guess. But, you can't really do anything against Jeff. A good Jeff is just impossible. I guess it's just impossible to deal with him right now. Before, you would get your support oats and everything, and things, you know, you could kind of outvalue the Jeff. But now, if it's just neutral, you don't really, like... What are you gonna do? Like, he's just infinite value. Also, he's a really good counter to triple support. Yeah, I've been thinking, like, I'm thinking about the fact that we said he's OP, but every single person that's good at the game that plays Jeff right now, they're winning every game, bro. I haven't lost a single game with Dridger on Jeff. It's just so strong. Your healing output is crazy, the damage is crazy. You never die. Another reason why Jeff is so good is because he's self-sufficient, so he doesn't need to be PO'd. You can, if you're a good Jeff player and they play dive, they don't have anything to dive. He's just slippery. Pair this with another support like Rocket and you just sit AFK across the map. But everybody's been playing Jeff. Primary Pierces is so OP. Only 0.01% of the player base manages to get that value. Everyone else just gets sushi. Yeah, but because, like, it doesn't matter. It's because if you're bad at the character, doesn't mean the character is weak, brother. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, if you are refusing to learn or you can't learn a character, doesn't mean the character is bad. The character is still good. As a matter of fact, I believe that if you become good on Jeff in lower ranks, you are going to shoot up the ranks in no time. Right? A lot of people just believe that if a character like Jeff, like if you can't learn the character yourself, he's just bad. But like he's not. He's good. He's good. No, the heals does not pierce the Tankpool bubble or any shields. Better to learn Jeff or Invis. I think if you want to solo queue ranked and win every game, I think Jeff is like a really good character to learn. Another thing about Jeff, as I said before, is his ult is like fight winning. Like this. Also, another thing about Jeff, now that I'm thinking about it, is that he has like 5 million team ups. I completely forgot about it. Venom team up, Tankpool team up, Groot team up, which is garbage, but it exists. Yeah, I'll make this easier. Invest in slot. So these team-ups just make him more easy to survive. Like, it's easier to PO and farm your ult. If you have a Venom and a Tankpool, I don't think Jeff ever dies. I also don't think this character, I agree with Freddy. I don't think you can ever out-farm his ult. He was always going to get his ult first. Yeah, so I think you should definitely think about this, but you should consider learning Jeff. I think support players that are complaining that Cloak and Invis gets banned every game and Gambit should learn Jeff and just solo carry the game. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you to mute voice chat because people are stupid and think Jeff is weak, okay? Jeff is not weak. Jeff is good. People don't know what they're doing. You probably don't know what you're doing either. But it's okay. If you throw 5 games, your 6th game is going to be your reawakening, and you're going to learn how to play this hero and win every game. Magic. What do we have for magic? B tier. Magic agenda. American magic agenda needs to be stopped. I think she's B tier. I mean, you can be a really good magic player and play the game and like carry. But the thing is, I'm not gonna put her C tier. I'm gonna put her B tier. Because there's so many magic players and they do win a lot. You know, Kingsman and stuff, they do win a lot. But you do win a lot if you're not playing the thing. If they don't play the thing and if nobody deals with you. But if you, like, it is so easy to counter magic. It's like BP. It's so easy to counter magic. You just play the thing, right? But I do think she's B tier. I think with a Strange team up, she becomes quite a bit better, you know? Highest win rate. That's why you shouldn't trust win rates. That's why you shouldn't trust stats. I think anyone that reads into statistics too much about this game is a genuine crackhead. Looking at the stats and being like, oh, but like Cloak and Dagger and Invis have low win rate and Magic has high win rate. It's because Magic has high carry potential, you know? Like, there aren't that many people that play Magic, and the people that play Magic are highly specialized and they play really well Magic and they can run your lobby. Everybody plays Cloak, everybody plays Invis, including the dogshit players. There is a way lesser chance that people that play Magic are going to be horrid at Magic. They've probably practiced the character quite a bit. Same goes for Penny. Like, Penny players are just, again, just locked in crackheads that know every lineup, and that's fine, and they get rewarded for it. But the stats, you can't trust the stats about it. Like, it's not a good way to look at the game. But yeah. Anyways, Magic, B tier, I take those. Oh, the new Magic skin? Bro, she's practically naked. Actually crazy. That skin is genuinely insane. Like, she's genuinely naked. And the MVP, she's like a stripper. I don't mind it, but it's fucking crazy. That's a crazy skin. Move her to best in slot. I want her always in my games because I want to see her dancing on the MVP. Mantis. Mantis is only good in triple support. I don't know how good triple support is. I assume that Mantis, Loki, plus something else is good. But that's about it. Like, Mantis is such a weird character to rate. Such a weird character. I kind of feel like putting her B tier or A tier. I think she's really OP in triple support, but like double support, you never want to play Mantis. Yeah, she's always been in the same situation. It's so hard to put Magic anywhere. Like, it's so hard to rate Magic. Like, you cannot play her in double support. You do need to play her in triple support, and then you play her in triple support and she's busted. Like, she is a triple support merchant. She is better than Adam, in my honest opinion. Like, 100% better than Adam in triple support. I believe so. I think the Loki team up with Mantis and Groot is just infinitely OP. Put her S tier and call it a day. I think the team up is just too OP, and the damage amp is really OP. Yeah, I do agree that her design is flawed. Moon Knight. Moon Knight B tier. A tier? B tier? The reason why I don't want to put him A tier is because Dive is meta. I think B tier. I think B tier because Dive is meta, and characters like DT, Tankpool, Psylocke, Cap, anything, they just cook you. Like, he is really good if people are playing poke or like stationary comps and you just like spam them and you ult, but you don't get to do that anymore. So I don't think he's A tier. Groot MK wins fights. Not really if the enemy team is playing Dive and you have nothing to ult. Like, he's too big of a boy. He's a chunky boy. He's a victim to Dive, I agree. But obviously he's good in lower ranks because he's a cheese character. You know, like all the cheese characters are super easy to win games with because people don't know how to counter you. Yeah, Psylocke just cooks his ass. Like 99% of the time, this character just dies super easily. His hitbox is just too big. Psylocke, what do we think Psylocke? Like OP? We think Psylocke is OP? Yeah, without Loki, I think Loki's like her biggest counter. But she's definitely really OP. Not OP S tier. Always the mains of these characters thinking that their character is lower than it is. You can argue OP in ranked. OP or S tier. I think she's definitely S tier if Loki is open, in the sense that she drops quite a bit, but I do think she's quite strong. Solid S. Okay, I can get down to clown on S tier. You think Psylocke is worse than DD? I think it depends. I think it depends on the enemy comp. I think it depends on what's happening. It depends on your comp too. I think just different characters, more or less. I think Psylocke just has way more poke on tanks and stuff. DD just like focuses the backline. And her ult is like insta win button a lot of the times because you get it before their support ults now. Also, I think Psylocke is harder than DD. I think, I'll be honest, I think there's a lot of DD merchants. I think Psy is more difficult. Hell no, hell nah. Nah. I think a lot of DD players think that they're like moving mountains and they're like the gods of this universe, but the reality is that there's like 5 Psylocke players and there's like 50 DD players. Okay, lock in. Lock in. You're not that special. You're like that meme with Toy Story. What was his name? Buzz Lightyear. You guys think you're special, but like you're just like one of a million. Not 1 million, but like, yeah, actually one of a million. In the sense that there's a million of you. Oh, but you can disagree. I don't play either of them. I like rage baiting. I'll put him on this same tier as DD. I mean, I wouldn't put DD super OP though. Maybe. Rocket. Do we think Rocket is bad? B tier? I think he's like the worst out of these supports. A tier? B or A? Ult is breakable isn't too bad because you can get kills and combo with his ult. Phoenix does counter him quite a bit. Jeff and Adam over Rocket. Jeff is just super broken right now. You guys just don't know how to play the Jeff character. Rocket is absolutely more viable. There aren't many situations I want Rocket over Invis, Cloak, Loki, Gambit. Like, these characters always go first, in my opinion. Rocket has a high win rate. Stop looking at the win rates, please. Penny also has high win rate, but do you see Penny players in top 500? I can put him A tier. Like, he's really easy to play. I think he's good against dive. Sometimes. Sometimes, not always. Like, depends. It does take some skill to play Rocket. I think he's good with dive. Because you can run it down, die, and get rest. And then run it down again. Eshego is Penny main in top 500, brother. What? Like, you don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm gonna rant about this because you guys are genuinely pissing me off. You have 500 Tankpool players in top 500 and one Penny player that has 10,000 hours on Penny and managed to get their way to top 500. Like, come on. There's a reason why that is. Like, think about it a little bit, please. I beg you. Like, it's genuinely so annoying. And also, nobody ever plays. Nobody ever plays Penny in Pro Play. Plus, these people swap, bro. Like, they're not hardcore Penny one-tricks. Even Cringe Alarm doesn't even play Penny anymore. Like, you guys are looking at 1 or 2 people that get top 500 and you think that's the law. But it's just not. Like, you have so many more Elsa players, Phoenix players, Gambit players, Tankpool players, Invis players, Cap players, Hela players, Psylocke, DD, Hulk, Mag. Because these characters are just better. Like, it's just an exception. It just doesn't work that way. It's like saying my grandma's cancer got cured because she was drinking hardcore bathtub alcohol from some Bulgarian merchant. Therefore, we should all drink bathtub alcohol to get cancer cure. Like, it just doesn't make sense, you know? Like, you can't like look at one case and be like, yeah, that's it. It just doesn't make sense. Like, think about it a little bit. You just sound like old people. You don't understand how stats work. But either way, yeah. Anecdotal evidence. Yeah. Anywho. What now? Oh, Rogue. I don't think Rogue is good. Rogue is another character that's so weird. I'm gonna put her B tier. I think she's OP with Gambit though. Like, it's just insane. Or maybe S tier with Gambit. But without Gambit, she's just not that good. I think B is fair. I also think she's really hard to play. Just because you guys see clips of people popping off on Rogue, again, it doesn't mean that Rogue is OP. Yeah, I think they definitely need to look into characters that are too OP with team-ups and not good with team-ups. Namor was that for a while, right? I think that's bad character design. Because I think Rogue is really good, but she's kind of like a Gambit team-up merchant. Good Rogue is OP like Jeff. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Well, you said bad Jeff players shouldn't be taken account when looking at good Jeff players. Why is it different for Penny? Because Penny is inconsistent. Like, come on. Like, you can't rate Penny and Jeff on the same tier. You can put any average Joe on Jeff and you're gonna get value 99% of your games. Penny is just inconsistent. And, like, if the enemy team counters you, you lose the game. You can't do anything. You can't really counter a Jeff. You just break her nest and you don't run into her mines. And that's it. It's over. It's just over. Like, if Penny was genuinely as good as you guys say, like, I always argue this case with you people instead of ignoring you, because I'm trying to make you understand. The game is fundamentally different in high rank, and any person that is mentally sane and high rank would agree with you. Any Penny player would agree with me. Not you, but with me, yeah. Just because one person is cracked on a character does not make the character good. Like, it just doesn't. Penny is a cheese character. You win by cheesing. And it works if you cheese people. If the enemy team isn't bad, you lose the game. That's it. You know, that's it. You don't cheese the game with Jeff. Jeff is just OP. Even if you play against 6 pro players, you can win the game on Jeff. Like, if you ask any Penny player that's top 500, they will tell you she's garbage. Like, I promise you, they will tell you she's garbage. Cringe Alarm will tell you she's garbage. And she is. Like, it's not like... It is genuinely anecdotal evidence to look at a character or at a player making it to top 500 on a certain character and being like, that's OP. I think an easy way to see whether or not a character is OP is, instead of looking at top 500, you look at top 10. You look at top 50. If in the top 50 of players you see a Penny one trick, maybe there's some merit to it. Like, maybe Maybe. Or that guy's like taking pure Adderall, like into his veins. But this applies to any character. Like, you can see an Iron Man player in top 500. You can see a Hawkeye, a Blade, an Iron Fist. It doesn't make these characters good. Pirate King Momo hit rank 1. Very careful. I mean, honestly, the thing is with Pirate King Momo, him hitting rank 1, running it down Punisher, and getting kills, it doesn't make the character best in slot. But what it does say is that there is some merit to it. Like, there is something there where you can go in and one-shot people, and you can make some plays, right? It is very difficult to do so, but there is some merit to it. You can't say there's any merit to Penny because nobody's rank 1 in Penny. Like, Pirate King Momo can make this the case that Punisher is a lot better than people are saying. People are just bad on him. No Penny player can make the case that Penny is a lot better than people are making it out for her to be. You know what I mean? Anywho. Scarlet Witch, D tier. This is gonna be another one. Short Candy is top 500 on Scarlet Witch, and therefore Scarlet Witch is OP. Please rewind the video 5 minutes ago. Same, like, replace the word Penny Parker with Scarlet Witch, and let's move on. Let's just skip the entire thing and move on with our lives. I don't think Scarlet is good. She's not good, unless you're Short Candy, and Jitword can shut up. Like, he can explode. You know what I mean? Like, she's not a free L, but she's definitely bad. And I hope she remains bad. I'm going to say it. I do hope she remains bad. L Ragebait, she's in plenty of people's games in high ranks lately. Stop ragebaiting. Poor attempt at ragebait. Spider-Man. Unironically, I think an OP character. I think Spider-Man's unironically OP. It's a crazy. I do think Spider-Man is an OP character. I'll be honest. Like A tier at the very least. Like, not OP, but like A tier at the very least. I don't even think he's map dependent, bro. He's OP. Bro, I'm about to put him on S tier. I'm about to put Spider-Man S tier. I mean, you saw what they did in the bogur bash. And that was before the nerfs for every ult in the game. He's OP. I think if I put him OP, I will never hear the end of it. So I'll safely put him S tier. You're rage baiting me? I have genuine evidence that Spider-Man is really good. And that's the bogur bash tournament. Which happened a while ago, and now he's arguably better. Because pro players didn't know what to do against a good, very good Spider-Man when the enemy team is playing against him, to the point where J3's team had to ban him instead of Gambit. You know what I mean? Like, in the right hands, I do think this character is crazy. Not even Spider-Man only, bro. Not Spider-Man, they only. What was your dive player, Prism? In the J3 tournament? Does he play Spider-Man? He also plays Spider-Man. Like, Wada, like, every single tournament I've seen a good Spider-Man player in, they just run the lobby, bro. In the right hands, you keep going back and forth. Guys, come on. Like, listen to what I say, bro. Like, come on, I'm gonna cry. I feel like you guys have selective hearing, bro. You don't see people running Penny Parker in tournaments. Please, bro, I'm gonna fucking cry. Like, I can't, bro. I can't. I can't, bro. I can't. I'm talking about Penny. I know what you're talking about. It's just like so annoying. Like, holy, I'm gonna cry, bro. I'm gonna cry. You're like, you guys are like the Metro of Marvel Rivals, but instead of actually being high rated, you're all plat and you argue with every single person that's not 10,000 ranks higher than you. Like, please. Please, nobody, not a single normal human being will tell you Penny is good. I'm gonna explode. But I do think Spider-Man is good. Wale is good in Spider-Man. Day is good in Spider-Man. Necros is washed and chopped. Spider-Man's broken. Shut up, Prism. I'm not putting him broken. I wouldn't be surprised if we have Spider-Man players in Ignite or whatever, and we see them actually whipping out the Spider-Man. Put Penny in free L. She's not a free L. Look at this Prism guy. He's pushing his agenda. I think Phi is gonna whip out the Spider-Man, and I think YWL is gonna win NA. Alright, bud. Let's see. Star-Lord. Is he OP? I think he's S tier. I think he's S tier. I think he's really strong with Gambit though. Definitely not OP. I see him too rarely, but whenever I see him, he does get decent value. I think Star-Lord is a really good character. I'll be honest. You might disagree with me, but yeah. You might disagree with me, but I definitely think he's quite good. His ult is really strong. Gambit is really strong with him. Mag does counter him a bit, but not that much. Like, I don't think the ult... Like, if they all shoot the Mag ult, you can break it quite easily. Or if you just don't shoot it, it's still fine. Osuki is a good dive character. He still has the Rocket team up, right? That's pretty good. Where you can, like, recall. Yeah, he's just another dive character. I think that makes him quite good. He's like a hitscan dive. Storm. Do you think Storm has any merit? Or do you think she's just D tier? I don't think she's good at all, bro. Like, I don't think that character is, like, even remotely good. Like, they did give her quite a bit of buffs, but, like, she's just so bad. She just falls over to dive so easily. Ashen rank 1 Storm. Hey, listen, if Ashen is rank 1 Storm, I think that says a lot more about Storm than Ashlyn. But like at the end of the day, what do you do in Storm? Her ult is so slow. You don't even need to support ult the ult. I think a lot of people panic. Damage amp can be good, and in pro play we might see Storm to break like spawn holds. But like she dies to dive so easily, and she dies to hit scam too so easily. I guess she has an Adam team up, and he can fart everywhere, but like whatever. Also like she's so slow. I tried playing her, and again I'm a bad Storm player, but like she's so slow. Like she's so slow, it's insane. It's actually just annoying to play this hero. I feel like I'm playing Valorant. Like she's so slow. Even with the speed boost, she's so slow. So I don't like this character. I don't think there's much merit to her, and I think she just falls over quite a bit. Namor. You think Namor is S tier? I've heard Brady talk about Namor. Hell yeah. OP, bro. Really? I think safe S tier for sure. OP? I don't know about OP, bro. He's perfect anti-dive and has really good neutral. And he has good combos. I agree. But I don't think he's that good in anti-dive. I'll be real with you. I think him by himself is not that good if they're all running dive. Let's flip the tier list upside down. The reason why I don't think he's that OP is because after he bubbles himself to live, it's so easy to kill him. Like, it's so easy to kill this guy. Groot and Namor is good. Hela and Namor is good. Yeah, if the enemy team is just running Spider-Man or BP, he's good. But like if the enemy team is running dive tanks too, like the squids don't do anything. I mean, yeah, you are one-tricking this character and you have 90% win rate. That's why we put him S tier. But like, I wouldn't put him on OP, bro. I wouldn't put him on OP. Like, I think I trust myself as a tank player because I am always based in Rio. But like, I mean, you can make the case he's OP, but I don't want to put him on OP. I don't think he's like, I don't think he's better than DD and Psylocke, bro. He needs to be above Hela at least. Just to satisfy you. What do you think? Putting Star-Lord below Spider-Man? I mean, there isn't much order to this, I'll be honest. I guess it depends on the person, like it depends on the person. If you like Namor and you're good on Namor, you can get value. I think his ult is really good. Squirrel 3L. Like, let's just get this out of the way. Just horrible character. Punisher. I think Punisher's same tier as Strange. I think he's like, just dies to mag, bro. Dies to Tankpool ult. Out Punisher B when Toothless rank 1. My bad, bro. My bad. I got you. I got you guys. I was fantastic D. That bitch never dies. Yeah. My bad, guys. Let me flip the tier list to satisfy you guys. Widow and Scroat are best in slot. Penny, Storm, Iron Man, Mr. Fent, OP, and Scarlet. I don't think Punisher is A tier. I think he's definitely B tier. I think he's just too diveable. Like, he's just too diveable in my opinion. I think he's good if the enemy team is running like Thing and or like Hulk or both. But if the enemy team is like running a proper dive comp, like whatever, you know, you just die every fight. I think you die too. You can't really hold angles too much with Punisher. Like, he's a front to back kind of character, you know what I mean? You can cheese by running it down like Toothless, and maybe there's some merit to it. Like, maybe dive Punisher is the meta, but it's gonna take some time before people start whipping it out like Toothless. But maybe Toothless is just like built different, who knows? But I mean, I did lose against him when he had 40 deaths one time, but yeah. But 99% of players that play this character will just feed. Also, Maggot is just really good against him. Luna Snow. I think she's... Is she worse than Rocket? A tier? Is she the same tier as Rocket? 3L. B. She's bad. I feel like she's like... You will play Luna if they have Phoenix a lot of the times, but I think Rocket gets more value on her. She farms her ult so slowly. She's better DPS than healer, that's true. I kind of feel like she's B tier, I'll be honest. She's a victim to dive. Like, it's a weird case. I don't think her... It's a crazy thing to say, but I don't think her ult is good. I don't think her ult is that good. I think Cloak is better. I think Invis has better ult. I think Rocket even has better ult than Luna. You think Bucky's so buns? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of weird. The thing is, none of the supports are, in my opinion, like necessarily bad. I'll put her at the same tier as Rocket. You can insta-destroy Rocket Ult. It doesn't really matter too much because if your team is playing well, you can Rocket Ult and just kill something. She can push and fall back. Yeah, but she needs to walk up to her teammates to help, and she can die in like her ult. Like it is not. It doesn't make you immune at all. Like you can't exactly because you can push and pull back. Like that's what makes you killable, because it is predictable where you're gonna be and what's gonna happen. Even after her ult, you can dive. Like, Raccoon can just send it and leave. Even Invis can send it and leave. But I'll put them on the same tier. I don't think, like... I don't think any support necessarily is really bad except Ultron. Ultron's just ass. I think Ultron's just ass, bro. Anyone have any like counter arguments to Ultron being D tier? Speak now or stay silent forever. C for Clanker. Put him in F. Worse than Hawkeye. Yeah. Like, if you take it across the board, I think Hawkeye has more solo carry potential. In the sense that, like, you can just spam and get kills. What are you doing on Ultron, bro? What are you doing on Ultron? Some people are playing Ultron comps. Okay. Some Ignite players play Ultron comps. Okay. I don't know. It's such a weird character, I think. I mean, you can get value, I guess. Maybe he's not on D tier. I'll put him C for Clanker. C for Clanker. I guess maybe he's good against BP and Magic. Yeah, also Ignite scrims, you have a lot of bans. That's true. I think it's quite different. His ult just gets countered by Mag quite a bit. Like, it's so easy to, like, suck it up and, like, send it. I think this is a safe spot, the C tier. C for Clanker. Yeah, we can put him here. I think he's, like, one of the worst triple support characters you can play. Really bad for double support. How is Emma better than Strange right now? White Fox. What do you think about this character? I think she's like B tier for now, but people will get better on her. I don't think she's too good. I think I'll put her safely on B tier because I think it's gonna take some time for people to get better at her. I think she's good on dive characters. S tier, bro. Shut up, Reddy. Shut your bitch ass up. No, I don't think... Okay, like, to be fair about White Fox, I think it's like a Tankpool situation. Or like deep, like a Deadpool situation. I do believe I don't think she's bad. People are just playing her like she's a normal support character, but she's not, you know? You do need to play her with dive, and I don't think she's bad. Like, it's gonna take some time for people to learn her. People are just kind of standing there and using her left clicks and using her abilities to heal, but you need to be aggressive. You need to be aggressive. Like, she can get value. Like, she can boop people out of position, get kills. Her Fox form is quite good. Her stun is really annoying. As a matter of fact, I don't think she's I think I'm pondering. And because she plays aggressive, I think she just enables dive so much. Like, Jeff and White Fox is not bad at all. Because you can just TP to your DP. Like, there's no backline to protect. Like, there is no backline to protect. And her ult, I think her ult is kind of buns. I'll be honest. But at the same time, it's really good for a dive comp. Because you can be really aggressive with it. Like, you can push NTP, get low, ult, go in the backline. That's going to force support ult because they're going to die. And then leave. B tier. No, I'm just kind of moving her around, thinking about it. I'll put her B tier for now. I do think over time she might be really good. It's gonna take a little bit of time for people to get better at her. Venom. What do you think about the Venom character? Too many A characters. Too many A characters. B tier or A character? B or A? B or A? I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's bad. As below cap. He's like an alternative cap. I don't think he's B tier. He's A or S. Yeah, Dive is good, so Venom is good. The thing is, I don't really care if you play Venom or Cap, I'll be honest. Hulk, Mag, Dink, Angela. I think he's way more consistent than Angela. In the sense that you can survive alone longer. Oh, and then you have the Jeff team up. I forgot about that. I'll put him S tier. I'll move Groot to OP. I do think he's quite good. Because we moved Best in slot. I'm gonna put him in OP. And I think we put Cap and this guy together over here. That's I think chilling. And purely because Dive is meta and the Jeff team is good, and I think Jeff is really good. I think he's better than Mag. Mag can't really do much against Venom. Like, you just need a dive tank, you know? Like, it doesn't... I don't think it matters too much if you play Cap or Venom. Like, they have their own strengths. Genuinely. Like, I think they're pretty interchangeable. Cap placement never dies. Another support ult. Stoles card forever. Dive is meta. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I do think Venom is decent. Thor. For Yale. Best in slot? D tier. No, we're not maintaining the agenda. Thor. B tier. Absolute garbage character, S tier. Low A. I do like that everybody has a polarizing opinion about this character. Number 1 cloak counter. What? Ignore the propaganda and give us an honest opinion. I think Thor is... I think he was better before than now. Because I think he sucks in dive. I'm gonna say it. I think he's better when meta is like more slower tanks that you can grab and like punish and stuff. I think in terms of dive characters, he's like one of the worst ones. Hell no. Like, okay, guys, relax. I don't need your plat opinion about things. I do strongly believe that I would rather have a Tankpool 100% he's OP. I would rather have a Cap or a Venom diving. But I do think Thor has more solo carry potential than Mag, for example. And Angela. I think he might be more consistent in Angela. Maybe. Overall. But it's just difficult to rate this character. Like, his ult, I don't think is that good. And a lot of people, what they do is they just grab people. You know what I mean? He's winning every 1v1. Yeah, but this is not a 1v1 game. Like, this is a team 6v6 game. And I think Thor would be better as a Quake character than a team character. You know, than a hero shooter character. Because I think by himself, he's really strong. But I think he just doesn't combo well with his team. He can dive, but like, so many characters can dive. Like, so many characters can dive. Like, you have like 6 dive characters. And I do strongly believe his ult sucks. I agree. I do think his ult sucks. I think if his ult got buffed, I think this character would be like S tier. But purely because his ult sucks, it's really hard to rate him. Like, it's so inconsistent to get value. I think his neutral is really good. He baits a lot of resources from supports, but so does every other dive character. Like that, like the arguments you're making make sense if Thor was the only dive, but he's not. Cap does the same thing. Venom does the same thing. Even Jeff does the same thing. Tankpool does that 100%. Like, why would I ever run Thor over Tankpool? Do you get me? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you do need to empty out the slot for this card. Like, imagine a perfect setting. People are playing, like, to their best ability. They're trying to win. Like, why would you ever forgo playing Tankpool over Thor? You know? Like, okay. Then you're gonna say, you don't have to. You can play Tankpool and Thor. But, like, Tankpool and Thor is not the best combo, in my opinion. Imagine Deadpool being banned. Even then, Deadpool is getting banned. Play Venom, play Cap, play Daredevil, play Groot, play Mag, play more slowly. I guess that kind of gets kidnapped by Thor. Like, I do believe these characters are just better. And the reason why I think so is because I also believe Thor gets infinite value if the enemy team is positioned badly. Like, this character punishes bad positioning, which happens in a lot of lower ranks, to be fair. But the higher ranks you get, the harder it will be to punish bad positioning because people are going to position better. Like, you're gonna fly up on the foggy map, up on the high ground, the first point. There's going to be like 3 hit scans sitting there, and you're going to die instantly. Flo can outlive Venom or Cap dive, but not a Thor dive. She can outlive a Thor dive too. She can outlive a she can outlive a Thor dive too. Like, it is the only way you don't outlive a Thor dive is if you sit AFK. Yes, she can. Please don't argue with me about this. Like, you guys are basing it off your rank games, or like you remembering people playing the character. No, I have someone. Send me a replay code. I'll watch after my thing. Let me watch your games. You can prove me wrong. Let me learn Thor. Have you seen what Jeremy is doing to the C&Ds? Look. The same, like, you don't get this, and I'm really trying to get this across, like, the screen and the internet. There's better options. The same applies for Penny. The same applies for Thor. There's better options. Thor is good. Don't get me wrong. But there is better options. And, like, that's what it boils down to. It boils down to consistency. And Thor is consistent, but not that consistent. There's plenty of other characters that are infinitely more consistent than Thor. And, you have to understand that, like, if you're a specialist and you're a Thor specialist, good for you. I do believe you can get value. I do believe you can win games. But there's a lot of situations where you cannot on Thor. Like, it's just true. Anyways, I think that's it. I always, like, explain this every tier list, and I always have to go through this. And you know what, like, always happens is when somebody else makes a tier list from a completely different game, they go through the same motion like me and have a mental breakdown. Like, when I watch Deadlock tier list or something, people are like, some guy comes in and tells me Graves is S tier. And it's like, I can't prove him wrong because he's just too stuck up in his, like stuck up in his views. He just can't agree with me. Like, he doesn't understand that I just have more experience than him in the game. Good tier list, except White Fox and Torch placement, but I understand you must appease the casuals. Bready. Go eat some bread. Anyways, L tier list, W tier list. This is the end of the tier list. This is the end of the tier list. This is it.